Hi everybody, this is Mondays with Mike, a weekly video series where I answer questions from people just like you. Here's this week's question. I love this question. I often hear people say they're multitaskers. Often these people don't pay attention or aren't fully present. What are your thoughts about multitasking? There's some really interesting research on men and women and their ability to multitask. And I won't ruin the end of the movie for you, but I would just say some genders are better at it than others, and I would not be one of those genders. So that's one thing. But let me say this about multitaskers. For some of us, multitasking is just a way to justify our suppressed ADD. Sometimes, let me give you an example of somebody I was at dinner with back pre-COVID, back in February, January of 2020. Here's what happened. We were at the restaurant, and we were having a conversation, and they were on their phone. And they would look down at their phone occasionally, and they would scroll on their phone occasionally. And I said, "What are you doing?" And they said, "Oh, I'm just trying to multitask so that I don't have to be distracted during our meal." I'm like, "You're already distracted during our meal." Here's how I look at it. If you are interacting with another human being, do not multitask. If you are interacting with nuclear fusion or fission or whatever it's called, don't multitask. If you are interacting with plutonium, do not multitask. If you are flying an aircraft, do not multitask. If you are doing something where the stakes are really high, even if you're not interacting with another human being, don't multitask. If you are interacting with another human being, do not multitask. And here's why. It's rude, and you're probably going to make mistakes. Now, I will tell you that focus is very difficult. It's more and more difficult all the time, right? Because we have phones and we have lights and bells and all those kinds of things. So are there times when you might have to do a couple of tasks simultaneously? Like I'm looking at the camera, talking to the team, and also answering a question? That's not multitasking. That's doing multiple things in alignment with the same task. That's different. But if I'm loading the dishwasher, checking my email, and trying to have a conversation with you, that's multitasking. If you and I are supposed to have lunch to talk about an issue or a contract or a project, and you're on your phone and staring over my shoulder at the people behind me and what they're doing, that's just rude. So that's my feeling. If you have to do multiple things in a line to get something done, like we're kind of doing in here right now, right? Listening to the sound and watching this, and I'm watching the camera and looking at that's a line. But what if I was doing this? What if I was like checking my pen and saying, "Oh, it's a Lightspeed pen. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's a click." Anyway, this is what you do with So I think, and I'm just writing while I'm answering the question, it's not going to work. That's what I think of multitaskers. If you have a question and you want to send it in, send it to mikestaver.com/Mondays with Mike. Hope you're doing well. Take care.